Beneath the blazing sun of the Egyptian desert, colossal stones rise from the sands, their edges sharp, their weight unimaginable. The pyramids of Giza cast long, skeletal shadows, perfectly aligned with stars that have shifted across the sky for millennia. Thousands of tons of stone, hewn with simple copper tools, placed with a precision that defies reason. Across oceans, the megaliths of Baalbek rise like silent titans, each block heavier than a modern train car. And on Easter Island, the Moai stand watch over endless horizons, their faces carved with a care that seems impossible. How did ancient hands, armed with only rope, stone, and willpower, move these monuments? Legends speak of gods, of titans, of spiritual forces guiding human strength. Yet the stones themselves remain immutable, demanding explanation. The answer is hidden in time, in sweat, in ingenuity, and perhaps in secrets we have not yet begun to understand. Subscribe to Silent Secrets and step into a journey where every stone tells a story humanity has yet to uncover. The deserts of Egypt stretch endlessly, shifting with every wind, as if the sands themselves were erasing the footsteps of those who dared to build the impossible. The pyramids rise like frozen mountains, their limestone faces glowing in the first light of dawn. Pharaohs were said to possess divine knowledge, the wisdom of the heavens themselves, allowing mortals to move mountains. Ancient texts speak of giant labor forces, yet the calculations of stone weight, manpower, and time often fail to reconcile. The Great Pyramid alone consists of over 2 million blocks. Some weigh more than 15 tons. Legends whisper of celestial guidance, stars marking the alignment, the heavens lending their design to human hands. Travel to Lebanon, and the landscape changes to green valleys interrupted by sheer cliffs. Baalbek's trilithon blocks, 3 colossal stones, each over 800 tons, sit with an unnatural precision, their placement a puzzle even for modern engineers. Scribes wrote of titans and gods, but in truth, the mechanics remain elusive. Oral traditions suggest rituals, chants, and spiritual energy that allowed humans to accomplish what reason cannot fully explain. One account tells of quarry workers who vanished, only to find the stones mysteriously shifted, as if the mountain itself had moved. On the remote Pacific shores of Easter Island, the Moai gaze silently toward the horizon. The Polynesians speak of mana, a spiritual force guiding the statues to their platforms. Each Moai, weighing up to 80 tons, traveled kilometers across rugged terrain. Legends describe unseen pathways, chanting to imbue the stones with motion, energy, and purpose. Modern scientists have tried to replicate these feats, yet the mystery remains. Human effort alone seems insufficient. Across continents, myths share a common thread. Forces beyond mortal comprehension shaped these monuments, leaving behind evidence that humankind alone could scarcely create. Would any civilization today possess the patience, ambition, and coordination to replicate such wonders? These legends, though steeped in myth, anchor us to the awe experienced by those who first beheld the stones. They are the echoes of ambition, spirituality, and ingenuity intertwined. The story of stone is the story of humanity striving toward the impossible. Yet legends are only the beginning. Scholars, engineers, and archaeologists have long questioned what myths claim. Could mere humans, armed with primitive tools, have achieved such precision? Skepticism arises from both mathematics and physics. The forces required to move stones of hundreds of tons challenge the limits of rope, pulley, and manpower. Experiments with levers, ramps, and rolling logs replicate portions of the work, but always fall short of explaining the grand scale. Scientists studied quarry marks in Aswan and Baalbek, noting chisel lines and unfinished blocks. Yet the sheer mass of the stones leaves the question open. How? Some modern engineers argue that ingenuity, ramps, sledges lubricated with water, coordinated teams of workers could suffice. In the 1990s, a team successfully moved a 50-ton stone using only reconstructed ancient tools, a feat that hints at possibilities, yet underscores the gap to hundreds of ton blocks. Meanwhile, archaeologists studying Easter Island found traces of paths and wooden sleds, suggesting controlled rolling or rocking techniques. The experiments intrigue, yet mysteries remain, particularly in precision placement and alignment. Science does not merely debunk legend, it amplifies the marvel. When a 1,000-ton block at Baalbek sits perfectly within a temple wall, measured with gaps imperceptible to the eye, it challenges the narrative of human-only effort. Ancient humans understood weight distribution, leverage, and geometry at levels rarely credited. The Moai roads, carved and smoothed across volcanic terrain, hint at coordination and planning that borders on genius. Would any modern project achieve such harmony with so few resources? These questions pull us from myth into awe-inspired inquiry. Even skeptics admit that legend may contain kernels of truth. Perhaps gods and mana were metaphors, encoding knowledge of forces, angles, and techniques lost over time. Perhaps rituals and chants strengthened human coordination, focus, and community. In this space between myth and experiment, human ingenuity reveals itself, but never fully surrenders the secret. New technology has begun to illuminate shadows once thought permanent. High-resolution 3D scans, LiDAR imaging, and satellite mapping allow researchers to see alignments invisible to the naked eye. The Great Pyramid, for instance, aligns within minutes of arc to true north. The trilithon of Baalbek fits so precisely that even a razor cannot slide between the stones. On Easter Island, geologists trace the Moai to quarries across the island, confirming the distances the stones traveled and the precision of their final placements. Experimental archaeology now recreates these processes. Teams rocking, sliding, and levering stones successfully move blocks far heavier than once assumed possible. Yet some placements defy straightforward explanation, particularly those where uneven terrain or massive weight would seem insurmountable. Historical ingenuity, we realize, may surpass modern imagination. Even more striking are the unintentional discoveries. Ancient inscriptions hinting at measurement systems, astronomical observations encoded into construction, and buried mechanisms for handling weight. Modern science provides proof, yet the drama remains. Engineers now recognize that these societies had mastery of angles, leverage, labor coordination, and planning that appears miraculous to outsiders. Yet each solved mystery raises another. How did knowledge transmit across continents? Why do similar methods appear in Egypt, Lebanon, and the Pacific? Could a lost understanding of physics or material properties be hidden in plain sight? Each stone becomes both a solution and a question. Audiences watching today may wonder, could we replicate this with modern tools? Perhaps. But as each block moves into place with near-perfect precision, the monument of human ambition emerges, not just a testament to strength, but to vision, collaboration, and audacity. Here, myth and science converge, and the monuments themselves speak with voices louder than any historian's pen. The stones endure, weathering centuries of wind, sand, and storms. They are a testament to human survival, ingenuity, and ambition. From Egypt to Lebanon, to the wind-swept shores of Easter Island, they inspire awe not just in their scale, but in their audacity. Preservation is a modern challenge. Climate, human interference, and neglect threaten these silent sentinels. Yet they persist, carrying lessons for architects, engineers, and dreamers alike. Each monument reminds us that ambition knows no bounds. The pyramids teach geometry and patience. Baalbek teaches precision and coordination. The Moai teach vision and ritualized focus. Together, they form a global narrative of human striving. The mystery remains. The full techniques may be lost, but the legacy endures. As the sun sets behind these ancient giants, we realize the true wonder lies not only in what was built, but in the audacity to dream the impossible. Silent secrets invite you to look, to wonder, and to seek. For in stone, in shadow, and in legend, the story of humanity's ambition is written, waiting for those willing to read between the lines. The mysteries are endless. Subscribe to Silent Secrets and explore secrets yet untold. Like the video to continue the journey.